Hey everyone, Mark here. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to this video. So here it is, my top 10 out of my top 40 favorite Elvis Presley songs. So this last 10 wasn't as difficult as I thought it might be. I did take a little bit of time on it, some careful consideration, not so much what the 10 songs would be, but in the order that I would have them, from 10 down to 1 being my favorite. Many of you who follow my channel probably already know what my number one favorite is. That's not going to be too much of a shock to you. But yeah, so what's really cool is, as many of you have reached out and said how much you've enjoyed these. You've given me your opinions on my top 10, your top 10, where they stand with mine. So I've really got a kick out of that. What I've also really enjoyed was a couple of you actually said that you've made playlists of my top 10. So I really appreciate that. That means a lot. So thank you for all of those comments, and for those of you who have said you have made those playlists. Pretty cool. So without further ado, checking in at number 10. These next two songs actually are off my favorite album. That favorite album is Elvis's Gold Records Volume 3. But coming in at number 10 is Good Luck Charm. Have always, even as a kid, I got that album, I want to say for maybe my 11th or 12th birthday. My mom got it for me. Of course, then it was on the newer black RCA label that had changed over, I think, in 1976. And love that album from start to finish. But Good Luck Charm just always resonated with me as a kid and still does as an adult today. Then at number 9, another song from that one. And these two could have been interchangeable, but number 9 is I Gotta Know. Just love how, love has affected Elvis, and how, just the words of the song. It was just such a cool, well-written tune, just a lot of fun. And like I said, I love that entire album. I own several copies of it, and it's just a favorite. It's one that I listen to quite often. Coming in at number 8, this is also a childhood favorite that I loved, probably from the time I was about 10 or 11 years old. And it's just the drumming in it is just phenomenal. DJ Fontana, and just the instrumentation is phenomenal. But I've always been a huge fan of number 8, which is Judy. Elvis's vocals in this song are just over the top phenomenal. I mean, he was really developing that. He can hit that falsetto. He can hit the low points. It's just, his vocals around this time, 1961, are just outstanding. So my next 4 are all 50s tunes. Checking at number 7, my mom actually had this 45. The original picture sleeve. She was a teenager back in the 50s. So when this song came out, she was 17. She had an original copy, and she had given it to me when I was a kid. And I wish I knew where it was. It was very much played, so it definitely had some crackles and pops. But coming in at number 7, great song, I Beg of You. Elvis was really coming into his voice around 1957, in my opinion. His style was really developing into what would later make him a generational artist. But coming in at number 7, I Beg of You, great song. My mom also had this next song at number 6. She had this 45. Now this one I remember singing as a kid, and then it disappeared. I remember playing it. I love the flip side, because back then the A side and the B side to these 45s, both of them were equally great hits, and most of them charted. A few of them charted number 1 both sides. But coming in at number 6, just phenomenal. I Got Stung. Holy smokes, let's sing. Just the way it starts out. I'm not going to sing that to you. I'll spare you the pain of that. But just such an energetic, great rockin' song, and the words, and just a phenomenal song. So that's number 6 for me, I Got Stung. I was able to get an original copy, a mint, or very close to mint, 45 copy with a beautiful picture sleeve, probably about a year ago. So I do have that in my 45 collection. Many of you know this next song, coming in at number 5, is a favorite of mine. I've done a video on it about the history of it many months ago. Coming in at number 5, another 50s classic, A Big Hunk of Love. Elvis just has that rawness in his voice, the power behind the song. And again, great lyrics, man. Elvis's writers were really phenomenal. I mean, when some of the soundtrack movies, some of those slipped a little bit, but his early 50s and a lot of his 60s stuff, and even many of his soundtrack songs, I just think were a home run. They were flipping awesome. So Big Hunk of Love at number 5. This next one might surprise you. Coming in at number 4. Now, I've mentioned before the album that got me into Elvis when I was just a knee-high to a grasshopper. I was just a little guy, and my mom had this album. It is my favorite Christmas song, so you're probably figuring out what it is. It's my favorite Christmas song of all time, one of my all-time favorite Elvis Presley songs, period. Coming in at number 4, Santa Claus is Back in Town. Man, a song that was just perfect for Elvis, perfect for who he was coming in as an artist. This was just his 3rd studio album that he recorded for Christmas. One of the most famous and probably arguably the biggest selling Christmas album of all time. But to start it out, to drop that needle and hear, Christmas, and just hear the piano and the drumming, and Elvis's just rawness and enthusiasm, and it was just, it's phenomenal. There's a book that came out that I got last year. It talks about the history of, and I've showed it, it's the history of Elvis's Christmas albums and how each song was written. It's a good read. So number 4, Santa Claus is Back in Town. Coming in at number 3, so we're down to the top 3. This next song just puts me in that mood. It takes me to the stratosphere. It is a few songs that Elvis did on his 68 special, simply titled Elvis. Premiered on December 3rd, 1968. It was recorded in June of 1968. But it is the gospel medley of Where Could I Go But to the Lord, Up Above My Head, and Saved. And man, what a phenomenal performance. Seeing Elvis perform it with all the people on stage with him. Just a cool, upbeat song. So number 3, the gospel medley. Number 2, also from that 1968 special. It's a ballad, and it's surprising that it made it this high. But I was actually listening to it in the car yesterday, and I could listen to it over and over and over again. Number 2 is Memories, just a gorgeous song. Elvis's vocals in 1968 were just so soulful. I've mentioned this before. So soulful, so powerful, and he just gave his heart and soul into singing it at the performances. So number 1, and I'm sure many of you who follow me know what number 1 is. Also, the 3rd straight song from the 68 special. He closed it out. The special, he wore the white suit. It was written for Elvis shortly after the assassinations of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Robert F. Kennedy. And it was a difficult time in 1968. 1968, I did a video on this too, if you go back in my library on that year. Just a lot of chaos. The Vietnam War was raging. Just a lot of issues going on in the country. A lot of racial division. A lot of violence, and the nation was pretty much in upheaval. And the song was written for Elvis. It was a song of hope. It's a song that I think would in fact, I know would resonate so well in today's world, today's times, with the things that are going on in our times today. I believe this. I've read it. I've heard it. If you see the new Reinventing Elvis, the 68 special that is on Paramount Plus, it talks about this song in detail, great detail. And those who watched him perform it, his backup singers said they've never seen Elvis perform or sing a song in his entire career with so much passion, so much effort, so much enthusiasm. He gave it his all. He gave it 100%. He did that with everything he did, even songs that he didn't like, from soundtrack songs that he didn't like. But he really believed this song. And after he performed it, he said something that I've never forgotten. He said, "I'll never do a song, or I'll never sing a song again that I don't believe in." And it meant that much to him. And just, wow, what a way to close out that special. I will still watch it. I'll YouTube it, watch it, and just to see the passion and the way he sings, and you could just see it flowing through him. And it was just my favorite performance by him ever. I love watching it. I love hearing it. Just an absolutely beautiful song. And that is my number 1 song. So number 10, Good Luck Charm. Number 9, I Gotta Know. Number 8, Judy. Number 7, I Beg of You. Number 6, I Got Stung. Number 5, A Big Hunk of Love. Number 4, Santa Claus is Back in Town. Number 3 is the Gospel Medley, Where Could I Go But to the Lord, Up Above My Heaven, Saved. Number 2, Memories. And coming in at number 1, If I Can Dream. So thank you for all those who have made your comments. Please feel free to comment. Tell me what you think of this top 10. I appreciate all of you. Appreciate your kind comments, your support for my channel. For those who have subscribed, always very, very appreciative. I don't take it lightly. Definitely don't take that for granted. So thank you for watching for these 4 videos. And as always, stay safe. We'll see you soon. Bye.